Welcome back, man, to our channel.
Yes,
You already know I got my boy New York in the building, man.
I'm here, baby.
He's here. But look who else we got here.
Do I gotta wear this?
No.
Okay.
Introduce yourself, young lady. Tell them who you are. We know you.
Okay. I do, yeah. I've
Like
known you guys for a while.
Let the people know you.
Yeah, I've known you guys separately for a while. And my name is Makeda Greer. On Facebook, I'm Makeda Icing Greer, but also known as Keita. That's my artist name.
Keita.
Yes.
Which is why I have the K.
Oh,
The M's was out.
Oh,
They didn't have
wow.
the M's.
Hey,
K.
this is hey, this young lady, y'all, she's up there.
It's so good to be here.
Oh
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'm not the first interviewee.
Right.
I'm not the second, but I'm in here.
Well, we know
You know
you're
what
gonna
I'm
bring
saying?
it. We know you're gonna bring it.
I'm here.
We're glad to have
We're
you.
glad to
Thank
have
you.
you,
Yeah.
but you're one of the baddest songstress
Yes,
in South Bend
100%.
that
Thank
I've known.
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that.
I'm foof.
Hey,
I
I'm
appreciate
geek.
that.
I'm geek. Because
Yes.
like you said, you are
Mm.
the one of the baddest I've seen live,
Right.
heard, and I was just like, man, she needs
Thank
to be somewhere on somebody's show, TV, radio, all that.
Thank
and
you.
it's just
Thank
like, just give them a little sneak peek of what all you do, because you do the singing, you do the acting. and-
Yeah, I sing, I act. I'm also a vocal coach.
I need some lessons.
Well, hey, we can talk
Teach
about
me,
it.
please.
We can do like group lessons.
We had this
Ooh.
discussion in Stucky interview.
Okay,
Mm.
that's
I know you
number
know him,
bro.
yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out to
yeah.
Stucky Boy.
Shout out to Mike.
Yeah, whole team.
Is it too late for me to learn?
To sing,
Yeah. Be hot.
it depends on what you have right now. That's where it depends on what you
You
got.
know what I got? I got two things.
What you got?
Got the shower singing,
Okay.
and I got the radio in the car, like music blasting.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I'm young Tyrese in this mug.
Okay. Have anybody ever wanted you to sing somewhere?
Nah.
It's probably too late for you. It's probably a little bit too late. It's
So I get-
just a little too late. See, that's JoJo. I'm taking it way back.
Hey,
That's another
Hey,
person.
hey,
That's
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard just a little. Hey,
listen.
See, I got musical Tourettes, so we may get a few more. I know that's right.
what's up, New York? You got something?
I just got some questions for you today. Lovely
I'm
lady.
nervous. Okay, what is it? What is it?
When did it start? When did it start for you? Like, when did you know that you had this gift?
Well, I guess I can't say exactly when, but I can say where.
Okay.
And it started in church.
Okay.
Started in church, definitely. I grew up in church. My father was a pastor. My mother was a director, minister of music.
Okay.
So I was in church every Sunday, and then we had to go back for YPWW, which is the Sunday evening service. And we had to come back for Bible study on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we know about the
You know what I'm saying? So,
Praise the
Ain't nothing wrong
Lord.
with that.
yeah, so I started doing church plays actually, which
Okay.
involved singing and acting.
Okay.
And I would say it started. I was probably about 5 or 6 when I did my first church play.
Okay, so foundation started in the church.
So how comfortable were you yourself?
Yes.
Like
Very.
you can always hear, oh girl, you can sing, you can do this, you can do that. But for yourself, being in, in front of an audience or whatever it is,
Yeah,
or
I
just
didn't,
kind of like by yourself.
I didn't really have any nerves really
That's good.
back then. The older I get, the more nerves I get actually.
What?
Okay.
A lot of people
Really?
always
I'm
say
surprised.
like, "What you nervous for? You do
Yeah.
this all the time."
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, "I know." And every time I got a lump in my throat, butterflies in my stomach.
Wow.
I don't care if I'm singing in front of one person or 1,000.
Yeah.
It's just like I want to do my best.
What I know, I'm 2 questions in my fault. What calms you though? Like you say, you like the nerve. You're getting older.
Mm-hmm.
You get more nervous or whatever it is. What gives you that? I'm here. I'm good.
Probably once I get started or feedback.
Okay.
Gotcha.
A lot of times I'll find myself not getting the feedback that I think I should get,
Uh-huh.
but my mom will tell me, they just listening, Makeda, they just listening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but they were just looking at me. She's like, I know, they was drawn in. And I'm like,
Moving them,
okay.
man. You
So
moving them. That's,
people have different ways of showing it, and it's just, they have to keep going.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just keep going. So,
I love the energy that you have. So it's shocking that you said, that you get nervous, especially now you're getting, or as you get older. Let me say
I
that.
definitely do.
It's shocking. That's That's weird to me.
I'm
I
surprised.
Yeah.
That's new to me.
Yeah.
I've never seen you.
Because knowing her, it's like you never
look nervous.
You don't. Yeah, you don't. You don't
I'm
look
glad.
at it all.
I try not to. I do it a lot, but like I say, one person or 1,000, 2,000. I just want to do my best, especially if it's something spiritual. Which a lot of my acting is a lot of spirituality in it, because you have to tap in, and so you gotta tap in. You gotta tap in.
Another word, one of our words.
That's
Tap
our
in.
little motto. Tap in.
Yes. See, I
Wow,
wasn't even all the way privy to it,
right
but
here,
see,
right
it's all
here.
about the mental.
Yeah,
It's about being tapped in. Are
Right.
you tapped in?
Right.
Are you gonna get tapped in?
See?
Okay, then.
She already got the lingo, baby. She already up on the lingo. Tap in.
Yes.
She ready.
So,
The resources.
that's it. You got to, because they're available for you. So,
Yeah.
So speaking of resources, who was that one person that you looked upon in the game, in the realm of music, that you said, man, you know what, I'm gonna be like her?
well, my favorite singer is Brandy, hands down.
Okay.
So
That's a shocker, though.
Yeah, speaking of Brandy, what's your favorite album of hers?
Full Moon.
Yes, my favorite too, baby.
Full Moon.
Woo!
Full Moon.
Yeah,
Hands down.
yes, hands down.
Full Moon.
Okay,
That's what's
okay.
up, though.
But yeah, and that's funny. I think it was you or you that said that that's a shocker too.
Yeah.
You know, there's this whole Brandy Monica thing that people try to
Yeah.
do, and you know, it's just it's. I don't even know why people do that.
Right. So who's the better singer?
Come on.
Who's my favorite singer?
Oh, your first name Brandy. Okay.
Okay.
But it's-
then.
I'm sorry, y'all. Because Monica
He
dope
said,
too.
"Oh,
Hey,
he got
I wish-
some, she got some hits. She got a couple
I
bangers.
wish I could sing. I was
about a
matching
couple.
that energy,
Yeah.
man.
It was going pound for pound on that song, The Boy's Mind.
Yeah, but you know, Brandy.
Okay, so Brandy won. Okay.
Brandy.
Okay. Do you kind of, you say you gospel,
Yeah, gospel.
grew up in the church. Do you see yourself switching?
You know, it's funny you say that. My mother wants me to do a gospel album before it's all said and done, and I told her I would. So, I mean, you know, I don't shy away from that at all. I'm the minister of music at my church. You know, even during this Corona, you know, I'm on the phone singing hymns. You know what I mean?
Right.
Leading in worship and in praise. So, and doing affirmations of faith. So I'm still rooted. You know what I mean? I'm not going nowhere yet. So,
Miss Makeda, good.
Yes.
I love your music. Hey guys, come on, man. It's not funny. I just want to let you know. Can you please describe to us your music? What is it that you want to convey through your music? What is it that you're trying to give the people?
Yes.
mainly, that's a good question. Feeling. Just feeling. I mean, there's so many different feelings, but they're all real. They're all valid in one way, shape, form, or the other. And so, if you feel me, then that's all I. You know, just if you feel me, then that's all. You know, it's not even if you hear me. Do you feel me,
girl?
Okay.
Let me just say this: when she sang, I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel pain. I
feel
the love.
Yeah.
I just know she in the room.
Go ahead, New York.
And
Go ahead,
if I
New York.
ain't getting no goosebumps,
Hey.
you can't sing to me. And this girl give me all that.
Like
She give me the
seriously,
shit.
like when you walked
Real.
in the room, I was like, we good, man.
Oh,
We
goodness.
got it.
Real.
I mean,
God.
text messages here and there, that can mean that can go so far. But when you walked in here, I was like, we good.
Oh my.
Because I know this is one of gonna be, the top view, whatever it is, and all of them are gonna be.
I
She
hope
brings
so.
it
I hope
because of the energy that you have.
Yes.
And to elaborate on that little answer that you have for is like, I heard you had a funeral, and it was you moved the whole room.
Unfortunately, I sing a lot of those.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately you do, but the way you did it, when you delivered it, it was like we all was happy. It was in a happy place. It was even at a funeral. It was like woo.
Yes.
Like everybody had to calm down, walk out. I heard a lady was like, "I gotta get out of here."
Oh, no.
I was like, man, but
The anointing was in the room. The anointing. It was there.
I appreciate that, and that's it's a hard position to be in, singing at funerals, whether you know the person or not, because your job is to comfort. It's like
You don't know.
people are looking to you to relieve something from them, and that's a heavy burden. But I appreciate you letting me know that I was able to lift.
You
lift
like
something
because you gonna go back to what you said, the feeling. You know, you want somebody to feel it. You know, coming from within you. You know, whatever it is, or the situation that you singing about, or whatever it is. And it was just like it was powerful. Like it was, you moved the room, you moved myself. Like I shed some tears. You know, whatever it is, and as men, we don't like to shed the tears.
But you got to.
Yeah, but. You definitely moved the whole room, and with this acting, who did it bring you, face to face with? Somebody that you would never, forget meeting, or somebody that you potentially want to meet doing this acting gig?
Yes, I've come into contact with some wonderful people. Just to say a few, Christian Keys, I was able to play in a stage play with him. Star alongside him, and Darren Henson, he's from Stump the Yard and some other things. Christian Keys is most famously known from the Medea stage play.
Okay. Yes.
He's light skinned, pretty hair. He's got that cross tattoo right here.
Yeah.
She was talking to him on the couch that one time, and I think that's going viral, that clip. But yep, him. Medea's funny.
Yes.
But anyway, let me see. Jennifer Holliday.
Okay.
I was able to be around her and see her up close and personal in the Color Purple play through Chicago.
Yeah.
That was powerful.
And so Sandy Red, I don't know if you know her. She just emerged from Chicago. She was on The Voice, and she made it very far.
Yeah. Okay, I was about to say the name something.
Yes, she and I were in a play with Christian Keys in the same play.
Check her out.
So I mean, and that's just to name a few.
Okay.
But
someone that you, before you ask her, someone that you would like to meet in the near future.
Tyler Perry.
I love to meet him too. Even though I don't really do the little acting stuff, which I would, but I love to meet that man too. That's a brilliant man, dude.
Pick his brain a little bit.
And Oprah too.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Two for kind of similar reasons. They both had a lot to do with just The Color Purple. Well, Whoopi Goldberg also because of The Color Purple, and Oprah because of The Color Purple. But Tyler Perry, they're just all kind of connected, and he's one of the greats in the acting,
definitely.
Stage plays and movies, and so that's definitely a goal of mine.
Okay.
And it will help. It will happen. It will happen. I believe it. It will happen.
That energy.
Lord willing.
One of my questions is, if Makeda Gray had to go on tour with someone, who would you like to open for?
I asked it. Let me give you something.
Yeah.
We got you.
Okay. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Well, of course, my favorite is Brandy, but there are some other greats that are would be just dope to be on the same roster of Jasmine Sullivan.
Definitely, she bad.
Okay.
This is gospel, but Leandria Johnson, she's one of my favorite singers. She's a gospel singer. She can go there.
Yeah.
Faith Evans, I love Faith Evans.
Oh, okay, Faith.
That's hard.
Off the gate though.
Caught her on the gate. Got her.
It's kind of hard.
Okay.
Kiki Wyatt is a beast.
Oh, Kiki's a monster.
I can't even.
I got goosebumps. You just said her name.
She's an alien.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't play with the vocals.
It's just crazy. So those are some of my favorites.
Okay.
What you got in the up and coming? What you have coming up?
Well, with this whole corona,
right.
It just really, really hampers a lot of things. So a lot of things are up in the air, but in terms of some of the recent things that I have done on the acting tip, there were some people that I mentioned I worked with, but there's some certain stage plays that are dear to me that I've done.
Okay.
And one of them being my most recent one that I did when I played Billie Holiday in Lady Sings the Blues in the original musical under the direction of John L. Ruffin out of Chicago, Theater 47. So that was crazy. I mean, I've been Celie in The Color Purple. I did it here at the South End Civic Theater years ago, and then I went on to Indianapolis to do it there. And then I did The Wiz here at the South End Civic Theater. I played Dorothy. I also did some other original things that people wrote. But in terms of, you know, my favorite, I'd have to say it was Billie Holiday and Lady Sings the Blues. Okay. There was some things that I had to do to get to that character that I had never had to do before.
Okay.
You
tapped in.
I tapped in. I tapped. Sometimes you gotta tap in.
You gotta tap in.
Where am I supposed to be looking at?
Whatever one.
Sometimes you gotta tap in. I'm trying to tell you.
It's okay.
Speaking of that,
yes,
you have to tap in. How does Makeda Greer tap in to get into that creative space?
Right.
To write.
Exactly.
To sing. What does that tap in look like? What does that look like?
It may depend on where I'm going, because sometimes what I'm doing is really, really close to me, and so I don't have to dig so deep.
Right.
Or I can put myself in it, flavor myself around it, and just be more comfortable. And then there are things that are totally not me, totally things that maybe I wouldn't sing about, or I wouldn't feel comfortable doing in real life, but I'm doing it in this role. And so that's kind of why this role was because, you know, I've played fictitious characters, you know, Dorothy. We've seen Diana Ross do it, and we've seen Stephanie Mills do it. But it was still a fiction storyline. But when I had to play Billie Holiday, that's a real person. So I had to look up how she talked, you know, how she lived, what she went through, why she might have been doing the things she's doing. You know, she had drug abuse, addiction. She was in domestic abuse situations. She was raped as a child. She was put out at a young age and had to fend for herself and things like that. And she died at the young age of 44. So she was a legend that lived. She did a lot in those 44 years. She was doing stuff that 20-year-olds do at 12. You know, so she lived, and so, you know, just from her drug abuse, from starting on opium, you know, going to what they call it hops back then, you know, going to drinking heavily, you know, early on. And she went into heroin. And cocaine before that. So she went through a lot, and so I had to tap in.
You had to tap in. I feel you.
I had to tap in. So much so, so much so that I had a gentleman behind the stage say that the last weekend that we had, I was on stage, I was in a white gown, and I was singing Please Don't Talk About Me When I'm Gone. That's one of her songs.
Okay.
That was one of her songs that she sang at Carnegie Hall. And I was singing it on stage, and in the back, there's the band, and they're playing in the back, but they have a flat screen monitor to see what's going on the stage, so they can know when to play and things. And so there was a stagehand guy that was behind the stage, and he said he noticed something next to me on the stage. And he said as he started to look and zone in, he said it was Billie Holiday. Wow. I said, what you mean? You say that like I look like her, or like I was standing there and I gave you the ambiance? He said, no. You were standing there singing. Wow, y'all. And she was on the side, seated, legs crossed, smoking a cigarette. Now, me knowing Billie Holiday, I know she smoked cigarettes. I smoke cigarettes. I know exactly what she had to be looking like. And the way that he said that she was looking was like she was giving her approval. Wow. Because the whole play, John that wrote it, it was like he wanted people, you know, don't feel sorry for her, but don't, like she said, don't talk about me when I'm gone. You know what I mean? I live my life, you know, but just to get her side.
You sung that thing.
And that gave me validation. And I'm like, wow, you know, it could have scared me, and it did. You know? I'm glad he told me when he did. It was when we was done. You know, I had a few weeks to come back before we did the reprise. But you know, freaked me out. But it settled me at the same time. But I emotionally went through so much to tap in that apparently I tapped in. So that one takes the cake for me right now.
I got a little simple one. What happened to your Tourettes?
Well, when I mentioned, please don't talk about me when I'm going out. She's a jazz blues singer, so that's different than my normal voice. So I had to tap in that way too, not only the way she acted, but the way she talked and the way she sang. And I don't know if I can tap in all the way right now, but just some of the words that she said was, "Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Though our friendship ceases from now on.
I can't stand her.
Wow.
And if you can't say anything real nice, just don't talk at all. That's my advice." You know what I mean?
Girl, she took it back.
I'm saying she's something
back.
else. That's today you can say that.
Energy,
wow.
Like, hey.
You be tapping in when you sing. You be, I don't know.
Oh no.
What else do I got for you, young lady, man? I've known you for a long time. What's next for you?
Well, my album is actually going to be a mini movie. I was signed by Timeless Men Productions back in 2018 to do an EP album. So last year, which marked 1 year, I did an EP release, but it really ended up being more like an EP listening party. So I went through the songs that I had, but right now we're being more strategic with how we lay it out because there's some other things we want to interject in there. So all that music will be available soon, but in the meantime, I released my single called "What You Do," and it's WYD. Big, bold, pink letters. Well, Gino J, shout out to Gino J.
Shout out
He
Gino.
has been playing it on 106.3 faithfully ever since it got released. So I appreciate that. But the song is called "What You Do," and it's basically talking about the beginning of a relationship. There's kind of like 3 phases, or there can be 3 phases to it. You know what I mean? And that's what my mini movie is going to kind of be about without saying too much. The beginning phases, it's like, oh, you get butterflies. Oh, he's so great. He's so nice. I like the way this feeling is. And then the middle phase could be like, oh, what's going on? There's trouble in the city. He's not texting back. He's cheating. This is going, I'm crying. All of this stuff. And then there's a third phase. There's a boss up phase. My song Juice Bag. I got my juice back. I got my juice. I got my juice back. That was one. So that's the third part. So what you do is on the beginning part. It's gonna be the first part. So it's baby, what you do to me. Come on, snap. Baby, what you do to me.
What you doing?
Baby, what you do to me.
Oh, that's okay.
Baby, what you do to me. But you can find it. You can go on Spotify, put in Keda, Keda, WYD. You can go to YouTube and stream it and listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Those videos, let's bring them high. You know what I'm saying? You go to Apple Music, put in Keda, WYD, and then you can listen to it and let me know how you like it.
Tap in, y'all.
Tap in.
I've never really been one to say I had a type. Some people may think that they can gather a type by maybe 2 individuals or these 2 individuals and find something and say that. But no, I don't look for anything physically necessarily. Or blot anything physically out. I don't care about the light skin, the dark skin, the brown skin. I don't care about the long hair, the short hair. You just have to be sure about yourself. That's one thing. You need to be, at least if you ain't there, headed in that direction. Wherever it is you're trying to go.
Girl.
At this age, I'm 32, and I've been in a couple long relationships. I'm talking about like 5-6 years.
That's long though.
And so, it's like, now I'm just at a point where I just got to make sure I'm good that any energy, you keep saying energy, that's a big thing. You don't have to have my energy, but you can't throw off my energy, basically.
There you go.
100%.
If that makes
I can see
that.
It makes a lot of sense because like you can get somebody that can drain you, that can pull you from your dreams, and that can be like, ugh, stop acting like that.
Oh my God, there are people that negative, they will drain, pull. That is exactly right. I can't be around that.
I can see some like you wanting, I wouldn't say needing, but you wanting that because your energy is there.
Yeah.
Like you don't care, which is a phenomenal thing, especially in this world where a lot of people hold back because they care about what others say, to them or whatever, or about them or whatever it is. But yeah, that's I can see that happening for you, someone that can match your energy or just
feed mine,
like,
or just
try this next time, or you killed it right here, or just something like that.
Yes,
just
you gotta
support
be
you
able
and all that
to
stuff. Yeah,
be able to give and take.
Most definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Gotta match your energy, y'all.
That's good. I like that.
Match your fly too.
However that is.
Yeah, no bad energy, please.
No
bad
bad
energy.
vibes,
You know what I mean? Strictly match your fly. Appreciate you being here for real.
This is fun.
seriously.
Yeah.
This is hey. It might be a part 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might. Now this is the thing. I don't think we ever asked this on a. Well, I think I asked this once. One of your events, can we pull up? So something like you rehearsing,
like do an interview or something. Yeah.
So like while you in your mode, your character, behind the scenes of how she get prepared, and this might be for the young ones, of thinking about singing, acting, and I think this is a great person image to follow because she do an amazing job on and off stage. I'm sorry, and to get the behind the scenes of how you prepare, from eating, sleeping, because I know all that stuff.
Yeah, we can go into all of that, definitely.
Stuff like that. So that's it for me, man. That's all I had.
All I know is, man, y'all gotta tap in, man.
Tap in. Don't tap in.
Right.
Everything that she plugged on here, y'all go.
For real.
Like, support, all that stuff. Share.
I'm on Instagram, Makeda_Greer. And then again, Facebook, Makeda I Sing Greer.
Gotcha.
Baddest songstress in the land.
Thank you.
All right. Check her out.
We appreciate you for coming.
Thank you.
Yo.
Thank you.
You know what I was thinking? So I was thinking that maybe, you know what I'm saying? I really ain't thinking about nothing. I just had to do something at the end until he cut it off. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I'm still recording.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully he just,
You was about to hit something else? Nah.